Okay, Matrix Resurrections. Um, just so you know, like I'm totally gonna spoil it, but don't worry, the movie spoils itself just by existing. Um, just a couple things I want to talk about, like, well, more than a couple things. Um, the one thing that bothers me is this whole idea of them using the word bullet time because that wasn't a word that existed in the original Matrix. Neo moved so fast that they had to slow it down in order for us, the audience, to see it. That was the point of that. No one else in the Matrix like saw someone moving slow. That wasn't a thing. So that bothers me. It bothers me that uh, the Sentinels, they look awesome in the movie. That's probably the only thing I like about the movie is how cool as fuck the Sentinels look. But I mean, other than that, like they don't really play a part in the movie, other than the one weird scene where you see Neo and Trinity, which they don't really explain why they're down in a sewer. I didn't get that. I don't understand why they had a gaping hole in Neo's chest, and he was like clearly still alive while this was happening. They don't explain that, which doesn't bother me because nothing confused me about the movie. It was perfectly easy to understand. Um, it it just it's almost like they pulled a Star Wars, But what's crazy to say is that Matrix Resurrections makes Star Wars look great, and that's not saying much at all. But I'll talk about Star Wars in another video. Um, it even makes Bill and Ted 3 look great. And I don't know if you've seen it, but it's fucking horrible. It's, I mean, who gives a fuck about Alex Winter? Like, who cares? And I mean, they tried to make him the same way, where he's like, in the original, he's, the main guy, and Ted's kind of like the dumbass. But, I don't know. Anyways, I'm not talking about Bill and Ted. I'm just saying it's better, even though it sucked ass. The Matrix, though. The Matrix Resurrections, that is. Morpheus. Why? Just fucking why? I know that they didn't approach Lawrence Fishburne, and he said he didn't know why because he clearly would have been game for it. Him having him in it definitely wouldn't have made it better though. Especially if they gave him the same role that this new Morpheus had, which I forgot what his name is. Yahya Abdul Mateen. He's a great actor. He really is. Like I really like him. Do I want him playing Morpheus? I don't. Morpheus is my favorite character in the Matrix, hands down. He's just so fucking cool, and this new Morpheus, it just seemed like they just put him in there because people wanted that name, the Morpheus, of Morpheus. But other than that, it's like, what is he even doing in this movie? Uh, he's an agent in the beginning of the movie, running a program where they're redoing the first Matrix, basically, for, I guess, the machines, so that way they could make sure it never happens again, or it's like training. Uh, but that was fucking stupid. Having Morpheus just immediately, like as soon as Bugs finds him, them just kind of be like, "Hey, there's something about you." And, yeah, there's something about you. They wouldn't have known fucking anything about each other. Morpheus is the new Morpheus, anyways. He's a computer program that Neo created in a fucking video game called a modal, and somehow that modal existed outside of the Matrix or some shit like that. Uh, that was fucking dumb. That was just stupid and uncalled for. I have a huge problem with the new Morpheus. Like, even the fight scenes were lacking. I mean, he doesn't really get that much airtime. Bugs, honestly, Bugs was the coolest character in that movie. Her and the Sentinels. Like, she was cool as fuck. I liked her. I liked her look. I like those badass sunglasses that she had. I thought that was fucking cool. But I mean, she's just there, to find Neo, and once they find Neo, the rest of the movie is just a love story, which is cool, But they could have done it in a different way, you know. The whole, you know, new IO, because Zion's been destroyed. Like the fucking Sentinels can't find IO because they've created this computer generated wall because now the machines are working. Some of the machines are working with the humans, which I mean it's not cool, but I get it. Um, it doesn't mean I like it, but I get it, and having just having these stupid scenes of what they call fan service, like the Merovingian. Like, dude, why? Like, fucking why? His disguise was a hobo, and not only that, his character changed. He was um, like almost fucking manic, just crazy. And I think I even saw Ghost in there, and even Ghost was like tore up and like crazy looking. But that doesn't mean that the fucking programs that delete people or purge them, as they say in this movie, couldn't fucking find them. Um, like that was beyond stupid. The whole point of the original Matrix is that Neo wakes up and finds out this horrible truth and decides at the end that he's going to show these people something that they don't want him to show them, which is, it made me feel as an audience member he's about to wake everyone up. Like that's like all I took out of that. But that wasn't the case, as you see with the second and third one, which were also garbage. Both of them were fucking garbage. But that's for another time. This is about Matrix Resurrections. um, the Analyst, Doogie Howser. I love him, man. I love Doogie Howser. Him as a bad guy, it's not that far fetched. I hear a lot of people online complaining about how oh, he's a bad guy. Like, that doesn't make sense. Not, I mean, he actually makes a pretty good bad guy. Does he fit in the Matrix? Not at all. And him slowing down time, some new thing that he said he learned from Neo, where once again he's just like bullet time, and I'm just like, oh my god. I get that Neo was he's a program designer in the movie. Like he's rich because he made Matrix 1, 2, and 3 in the Matrix that he got reconnected into as video games, very realistic ones. There's even a scene where they show them standing in front of a movie screen, and it shows Morpheus and young Neo from the original Matrix, and they're like, "That's from your video game." And I mean, they don't specify how far it is in the future, but I don't know. I thought that was fucking stupid too. The fact that it's all just a video game. If you're a machine, like they changed his DSI or whatever it's called, your self image, and like, so why even tempt him by giving him the idea to create that game? Or I guess maybe he had it on his own, but why let him? Like that, it was so fucking stupid, so fucking stupid. Um, and and then the end result. Also, it's way too easy now to unplug people from the Matrix, like with these friend robots that they got that just fly over and like they're like it's going to be really hard to do this, and it's like a fucking 5 minute scene where they just unplug Trinity, and I don't know. Like, I mean, they're not just machines; they're fucking artificial intelligence. Like, they would know, like that some even if it's a traitor machine, fucking doing this shit. Stupid. Um, fucking what's that girl's name? Asati. There's a scene in the movie where she actually says the Sentinels will kill her. How? She's a fucking computer program. How are the Sentinels going to kill her? Like, she's inside the Matrix. That's another thing. I was very confused at multiple points when they were in the Matrix and when they weren't. I mean, it's obvious when they're, on the ship or whatever that they're not in the Matrix. But then you got these weird scenes like where they're in the forest talking to Sati. Are they in like a construct talking to her and somehow she's able to leave the Matrix? They just gave it way too much. You know, they took away all the rules from the first Matrix, and they were just like, here's all the same characters that you know, and the ones you know and love, and that's it. And everything else completely changed. The very end scene. I have to say this, and then I'm done. The very end scene where they approach the analyst, Doogie Howser, and and he's basically just like, so what are you gonna do? You want to go back to your pod, and they're just like, no, I think we're gonna change this world. So I guess they're staying in the Matrix. Uh, for what? Like even the one, like he had the power to do almost anything in the original Matrix trilogy, but he couldn't fucking like change the sky or make rainbows as they say at the end. Like he couldn't do any of that, but now he can. And Trinity's the one too now. I'm assuming because she's wearing the one's trench coat, which that doesn't mean he's the one or she's the one, but it it just made it made sense, but it made no sense that they fucking made it. Especially with that new Morpheus. Like he bugs me a lot. The actor's awesome. He did a great job acting in it, but him existing was fucking retarded. Especially since Neo created him in the Matrix that he was trapped in in the new Matrix that he was trapped in. He created him in a modal, and he somehow existed after that. Um, that was fucking stupid. Like, just so fucking stupid. I mean, there's so many things. I could honestly make a 30-minute video about this. But what they should have done if they were going to make another Matrix movie was just make it about like Bugs, or any other actor, honestly. It's just a new set of actors in the Matrix, far in the future, like way, way, way past Neo and all that, like way past that, No, I didn't need to see Neo and Trinity and all them again, especially if they were gonna fucking drag them through shit, which is what they did in this movie. Um, like they should have made it just about a new cast of characters who are trapped in the Matrix, or even, like fuck all the jacking in shit's over. After the first one, it's over. Like I don't need to see people on a ship getting to broadcast depth and jacking in the Matrix. Like make a fucking movie about a new, maybe just one person or a few people who start noticing that there's fucking weird shit going on. Just normal people, not people who like have to become Superman, but just normal people who break out of the Matrix on their own. Like maybe or one breaks out on his own and then frees a few others. Uh, you know, that would have been way, way better. And that's what I was hoping that they were going to do once I first heard it, but I didn't know what actors were in it. Once I found out all the original actors almost were in it, I was scared. The preview, the original trailer, while they're playing, I forgot who sings that song, but it's a song about Alice, in Alice in Wonderland. That preview is way better than the movie. The preview was fucking awesome. Like, awesome.